This one here they sent me. It's the Epomaker AULA, AULA. I've done one other, the F99, with these guys here. What do we get? Ooh, we got a nice, interesting brown. This is it. So this is very soft. Sometimes the non-braided ones are like really firm and annoying. This is a really soft, malleable cable, which is important to me because it's something that you're going to potentially be moving around. Keycap, key switch puller, some extra key switches. So this is a nice layout for me. There are different layouts for keyboards. I don't like true 10 keyless when they're really small. It doesn't work for me because what happens is I lose these dedicated page up, page down, and end, which I use a lot in spreadsheets. I use a lot of spreadsheets, and I lose my dedicated arrow keys. I don't like them to be embedded. This is fine. I often prefer numpads. However, that's fine because I have an Epomaker numpad tucked under there, and I have another one that I just bought for another review. So for me, I can just slap my Epomaker numpad on the side and lose nothing, actually. Whereas this one, I don't need to do that. So that's nice. The layout is nice. It's one of their more premium. Same with the AULA F99, where it had this kind of cut around it. It's a wedge shape, natural, raised. And then you get this nice cut out there, just a little attention to detail to make it a little bit more premium. On the back, you get your controls, 3 Bluetooth wireless 2.4, Type-C for charging and connecting, and your dongle. It has a natural wedge shape, so there's no feet needed, I suppose. A nice little, that's actually metal, badge on it there. Look at that. Very nice. I like it. The actual color is nice, and the key switch looks like it's pretty good. So nice layout there. Don't get dedicated numpad. Don't get dedicated functions, but you can do function to get them, to get access to them. I think a lot of people don't use function that often. I don't use functions that much. I use a numpad a fair bit, but it's nice that you still can just get up there and you just slim down the keyboard quite a bit. All of these Epomakers just have nice, that's actually, it's got a little shine to it. The actual key, the actual lettering, that looks nice. No shine through, so the RGB, for example, won't go through a keycap like this. But it looks nice. Even the inside is brown. Blue, sorry, that's nice. So it's actually a two-piece. That's really nice, actually. I like that. Very nice. And the color is, this color specifically is very nice. It's got this nice blue, dark blue, and a nice light blue. Very nice. And then the white is very crisp, very, very crisp white. So it looks very nice. The key switch here, I believe this is the Wisteria. It's a heavier, it's a linear switch. Okay, so that's that there. They actually did send me another switch. In case, this is not the switch for you, they did send me these. These are Bluebird switches. Bluebird. And this is the included switch. They feel quite a bit different. They're both linears. So the typing experience is very similar to the F99, which was also a Epomaker X AULA design. It was a different switch though. That was a gray switch. I can't remember what it was. It was a gray switch. And that one felt totally different. The actual key switch, those gray key switches felt totally different than these. It had like heavy on the top and then light at the bottom. This one is more static throughout in terms of the resistance force. I actually like these a lot. Yeah, you get all kinds of stuff. That's an RGB. That's a static kind of vibe there. really like it. Where was this? There's the single color phasing, which is usually what I would lean towards, something like that, more of a static. I don't like too much pattern. And so the RGB actually does show up fairly well because it's a white keycap. It shines through, and they're very bright. I find these Epomakers, the actual RGB lighting, the LEDs are very bright. So even though it's not the type where it shines through the keycap itself, it's still very, very noticeable. Again, this is, you may look like it on camera, but I have a gigantic, huge window to the left there, like a sky view style window. There's a ton of light coming in here, and it's still very vibrant here. So that's that there. So let's bring it back and let's talk about it, finalize the video. No point rambling more. What do I think? It's really quite nice. The AULA Epomaker keyboards in general I find to be very nice. They're enjoyable to type on. The acoustics are somehow improved over a lot of keyboards, just the design or the layout. I don't know what it is, but the actual like resonance and acoustics when you're pressing the keycap is very nice on these keyboards. I used the F99 for months, many months to be honest, before I switched into something else. So I'm actually a fan of this. It's really, really nice. It's basically a very similar keyboard that's smaller, whereas the F99 was big. It had a numpad and dedicated functions up there. This one here is quite nice. The Bluebird, and they have other key switches you can buy. This key switch here you can just buy. They do sell it, and I've been actually really liking a lot of the Epomaker key switches, and I find they don't break, if that makes sense. A lot of times these switches will break over time, where you use them for a couple months and they just die. I haven't noticed that on the Epomaker thing, so I don't know if it's just higher quality control. Could be the design with a more dust resistant and stable the connector there. So that's that. So that's the Epomaker F65 mechanical keyboard. It's really nice. I like it. It's up to you if you want to go with one of the ones like the F99 that have the numpad and the functions. If you don't want those, if you don't want the numpad and the function row, I think this is it's a perfect stand-in. You just get that keyboard, you shrink it down, and it's really, really nice. Quite nice to type on. You'd have to try it and experience it, but hopefully the acoustics came across in the video here. But I think the typing experience is very nice, and the acoustics are really nice. It's kind of a soothing acoustic sound when you're using the keyboard.